Alright, so I just saw Escape Room because the trailer intrigued me. I didn't have any real expectations for it because it's a January movie, a January horror movie, which means it didn't make last year's cut. And you can kind of tell that because there are Thanksgiving and Christmas references in there. So, yeah. And also the rating, PG-13 for this kind of movie. I wasn't really too excited because of that. But the rating might have not even been a problem. And I got past the whole Thanksgiving and Christmas in January thing, so that's cool. Um, yeah. So this had a lot of. I'll start with the plot. The plot is basically a group of people are given like Pinhead's cube but painted black, and they solve it. And they're given a card, which lures them to an escape room where if they survive, they win $10,000. Okay, and each person in the escape room also has like some kind of PTSD, which is related to all the traps in the escape room. This had potential to be really clever, but there were some problems that kind of stopped them from being clever, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so right off the bat, I was liking the hero girl, Zoe, as played by Taylor Russell. Like immediately, I was identifying with her because a lot of people, since I was a kid, were telling me to speak up. Back when I used to work at Goodwill, they were like, speak up. My family's like, speak up. School, speak up. In the comments, they'll be like, speak up. So I get that. She's the shy, quiet girl. I was the shy, quiet guy. I still kind of am, I guess. So I got that right out the back. She was at first keeping to herself like I would. So this is very rare that I can identify with a character like this. So I dug that. And she's also kind of the second biggest badass in the whole movie. Second to my second favorite character, Amanda, the war veteran. And well, yeah, like some of the characters I like, but most are kind of, like just, that's what this movie was, just meh, you know. Like I looked into a few reviews and I kept seeing it compared to Saw, when really it's more like Cube. And there's some things that reminded me of Cube to Hypercube, which by the way, that one wasn't a compliment. Yeah, a movie like this is far from original, okay? But I like the interesting twist of the PTSD, which are linked to the traps. That was pretty cool. Some of the traps were actually pretty cool. And I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and moan about the rating because it was actually done okay, you know. With this kind of movie, I expect the dialogue and the writing to be like really good to lead the film, and it was not for the most part. Even their humor, like nobody in my theater laughed at that whole playing with her box joke. Like nobody did. We were silent. I will admit, I lost it at the whole Psycho Xena joke. That was funny. So yeah, um, I mean, yeah, it's an okay movie. It's obviously not Cube, not even close. Uh, as I just told you, there are other movies with the same title or the same thing. This one's nothing really spectacular, but it had potential, man. Which they just didn't use. And then at the ending, I didn't really care for the ending, which seems to be setting up a sequel. Okay. One thing I liked was they were talking about the original Karate Kid, the black character, who by the way is a dick, just like in Cube. Black character's a dick, same thing. Um, like yeah, he's trying to tell his assistant, his rich assistant, how does that work? To go watch Karate Kid, and he does. And he's watching the original. I'm like, I don't know which one he was talking about. But yeah, he's watching the original Karate Kid, and via archive footage, we get to see Pat Morita from Beyond the Grave. But that was pretty cool. Uh, Also, I like the set pieces in here. Like really like the upside down room, which was like real cool. One I really loved, my favorite one, was this room towards the end. You didn't see it for long, but it was like if Max Headroom hosted Pee Wee's Playhouse. You know, on crack. I can't do the Pee Wee voice, but you know what I mean. It was like that, like straight from the '80s, like on crack. Like yeah, we can still do that. Why are we not doing that? Like, that was fun for me to see. But all these good set pieces made me want to anticipate more, and it didn't. The dialogue didn't have me on the edge of my seat. As cool as the traps were, they were ultimately underwhelming because of the way they were handled. Like, you could have done so much more. I can see why I didn't make it until last year. Oh, yeah, that's all I have to say. Oh, yeah. Well, like, I went over that. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I have to rate it. I'll give it like a C. Yeah, C. I mean, there's some ideas there. I just didn't use them. That's all.